Fire in the forest. It was a peaceful day in the forest. The sun casting golden rays through the leaves. The birds chirping happily in the canopy above. It was a really lovely forest. The sort you could cool down in on a hot day. Or enjoy a cosy camping trip in the middle of a crisp autumn evening. Maybe with a few marshmallows on the campfire. Yum. At the heart of the forest stood the Tree of Life, an ancient glowing tree said to give power to all living things around it. Its roots stretched deep and its branches sparkled with a soft light that kept the entire forest alive and in harmony. But deep in the shadows lurked someone who wanted to take all that power for himself. An evil sorcerer named Malgar. Malgar, with his twisted staff and cold, dark eyes, had long envied the forest's magic. If he could drain the power of the Tree of Life, he would control everything, and nothing would stand in his way. One night, under the cover of darkness, Malgar began his wicked plan. He muttered ancient spells, summoning a fierce fire that swept through the forest, hoping to weaken the magic that protected the tree. Nearby, a young girl named Mia had been exploring the forest, completely unaware of the danger brewing. She loved the woods, spending hours watching the animals, climbing rocks and discovering hidden places. But as Mia wandered, she heard the crackling of fire in the distance. At first, she thought it was just the wind, but then she saw the smoke, thick and dark, curling through the trees. Her heart leapt in her chest. Fire! She gasped, turning to run. The flames spread faster than she had expected. She stumbled through the trees, looking for shelter, when she spotted a cave nestled at the base of a rocky hill. Without thinking twice, Mia bolted towards it. Inside, the air was cool and the stone walls offered protection, but her relief was short-lived. The cave entrance collapsed behind her with a crash, blocking her escape. Panic surged through Mia. She was trapped. As the fire raged closer, Mia shouted for help, her voice echoing off the cave walls. Just as the smoke began to seep through the cracks, she heard something, a deep, steady, thudding sound, like heavy footsteps approaching. Suddenly, a large figure appeared at the entrance. Mia's eyes widened. It was a bear. Not just any bear, but Tessy, the strongest and gentlest bear in the entire forest. Tessy was known for her incredible strength, but what most didn't know was that her power came from a special connection she had with the Tree of Life. To be honest, even Tessy didn't know it. It never came up in conversation. Tessy peered into the cave and heard Mia's calls. With a mighty roar, she swung her massive paws and began lifting the heavy rocks that blocked the entrance. One by one, she tossed them aside until Mia could see daylight again. Tessy, you saved me! Mia exclaimed it loudly, scrambling out of the cave as the fire drew closer. But there was no time to celebrate. The flames were creeping nearer, and Mia and Tessy needed to find a way out of the forest. Tessy, sensing danger beyond the fire, nudged Mia, urging her to climb onto her back. She held onto that thick fur as Tessy charged through the burning forest, dodging falling branches and leaping over obstacles. Her strength was incredible, and Mia felt safe. But something was wrong still. The fire wasn't natural. It wasn't just raging yellow and red. No, it burned every colour of the rainbow, and rainbows are usually sort of nice and friendly. But this was neither, and it was getting closer and closer. Oh, it's some sort of spell! Shouted Mia. Hurry, Tessy! As they raced through the woods, Mia noticed something strange ahead. A glowing, flickering light beyond the flames. It wasn't just the fire. There, in a hidden clearing, stood the Tree of Life. Its usual soft glow dimming, its branches trembling as dark energy swirled around it. What's happening to the tree? Mia gasped. Then she saw him, Malgar, the evil sorcerer, standing at the base of the tree, chanting in a low, menacing voice. His staff, crackled with dark magic, sending bolts of energy into the tree's roots, draining its power. This fire! It's all his doing, Mia realised. He's trying to steal the magic of the forest. Tessy growled deeply, her eyes narrowing as she realised the danger to the tree and the entire forest. Without the Tree of Life's power, everything would wither away, and they couldn't let that happen. "We have to stop him! Tessy!" Mia shouted. "We have to save the tree!" With a burst of energy, Tessy charged towards Malgar, but the sorcerer was ready. He raised his staff and sent a blast of dark magic toward them. Tessy jumped aside, narrowly avoiding the bolt of energy. Mia held on tight, her heart pounding in fear. They needed a plan. As Tessy circled around, keeping Malgar distracted, Mia spotted a fallen branch lying nearby. An idea sparked in her mind. She jumped down from Tessy's back and grabbed the branch, throwing it towards Malgar's feet. The sorcerer didn't see it in time. He tripped and stumbled, dropping his staff as Tessy made their move. With a mighty roar, Tessy swiped the staff away with a powerful paw, sending it flying across the clearing. Malgar, now defenseless, tried to reach for it, but Tessy stood in his path, growling with fierce determination. Mia ran toward the Tree of Life. Its once glowing branches were now flickering weakly, as if the life was being drained from it. She knew what she had to do. Reaching up, she touched one of the glowing branches, feeling a surge of warmth shoot across her body. The tree's magic filled her, and she felt its power flow through her veins. "By the power of the forest," she whispered, her voice growing stronger. "Be gone!" A brilliant light exploded from the tree, engulfing the entire clearing in a blinding glow. Malgar screamed as the light surrounded him, his dark magic crumbling under the force of the tree's power. With one final burst of light, the sorcerer disappeared, vanquished by the very tree he had tried to steal. The flames in the forest began to die down, the fire extinguished by the Tree of Life's renewed strength. The branches glowed brightly again, casting a peaceful light over the clearing. Tessy let out a satisfied huff and looked over at Mia, who smiled back, her heart still racing from the excitement. "We did it, Tessy," Mia said, patting the bear's side. "The forest is safe." Tessy nodded and nuzzled her gently, their way of saying thank you. Together, they had saved the Tree of Life and the entire forest from destruction. As the animals slowly returned, cheering their hero, Mia and Tessy stood proudly beside the tree, knowing that peace had been restored. And from that day on, the story of the brave girl and the gentle bear who saved the magical forest was told by every creature in the woods, and the Tree of Life glowed brighter than ever before. And Malgar? Well, some say he's trapped in the 96th dimension. Some say he ended up in orbit around Saturn. But wherever he ended up, he never troubled the forest again. And there were no more fires. Well, other than the campfire sort with marshmallows. And I mean, who doesn't like that? Thank you to Huxley for suggesting the title Fire in the Forest. I think we made it wonderfully magical with our evil sorcerer, Malgar. Huxley, thank you so much for that. And a brilliantly imaginative well done to Tessy, who gave us the idea for Tessy the Bear. I love that. Just call our brilliant character after yourself. Why not? You can do that. Give us loads of ideas for characters for a future story. Just use the StoryQuest character creator over at funkidslive.com. Well, Huxley, you are our story master this week with Fire in the Forest. Why did you send us that idea?
It's because I really like planes and I like the movie Planes, Fire and Rescue.
And I know it's not just you at home, is it? Because you've got your animals. You've got some brilliantly named pets. Tell me about those.
So my cat is called Misha and she doesn't really like to have people around her. And my dog's called Lemmy. Recently he's been stealing a lot of stuff.
What's he been stealing?
Like, he's been stealing food.
What, from your plate?
Well, not from mine, from Everett's, my little brother.
But you still get to eat, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah, good. I didn't want Lemmy to take all of your food. So, Misha, your cat, might not like people. Does she get on well with Lemmy, your dog?
No way.
No, they never do they? They never do. Well, listen, Huxley, it's been such a joy to chat to you. I'm so excited for Fire in the Forest. Thank you so much for being our story master.
Got an idea for a story? Tell us the title at funkidslive.com/storyquest and we could bring your story to life. For a new story each week, make sure you hit subscribe or follow so you don't miss a single episode.